Arkansas at Auburn. Marco, what should bettors be looking at?
Auburn's undefeated, but I think this team's overrated. They've been dodging bullets several games. Their Achilles heel is their defense, and that's going to trigger my play in this game.
Have you been looking at my notes? I saw you rummage around my desk.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, you're absolutely right. Vegas ranks Auburn as the 13th best team in the country. The Associated Press, AP, says 7. Okay, 13-7, 6 spots overrated. Arkansas, on the flip side, Vegas says they're 7, but AP says they're 12. So they're 5 spots underrated. So you could make the case that you got 11 spots of difference, 6 and 5, with the plus minus between these teams. And if anything, if you just look at the Vegas side, they're saying Arkansas is 7, Auburn's 13. If you have the superior team getting over a field goal on the road, that seems like value.
It seems like value, but I'm going to find where I feel there's even more value. And to me, there's more value in the total in this game because I like this Arkansas offense. They're going to be able to score on this Auburn defense, which has been the whole reason Auburn's had all of these close games this year. Auburn's got an offense that's got a dynamic quarterback that can both run and throw. I see both teams going up and down the field. This is going to be another game that's going to be played in the 30s.
Okay, so let's think about this. If you think that Auburn is overrated, but you think their offense is really good, then that must mean you think their overratedness is on the defensive side of the ball?
Absolutely. I mean, they're just look at the games they've played and the points they've given up. Kentucky went up and down the field last week on them. And it's a situation that and I've watched a few of the Auburn games this year, they start slow. It's like Kentucky, first drive, they went down the field like a hot knife through butter. And it seems like this has happened every week.
Why your analogies are all food related? Hot knife through butter.
It's a saying.
Go ahead.
But it's a recurring thing. They fell behind to Clemson earlier in the year, and then they had to rally back. They did the same thing against South Carolina. This team, shows that they don't panic, and that's something good. That when
if they do fall behind, that's the thing is if they do fall behind, you can expect some scoring late.
You can do this. I will say when they face Mallet for Arkansas, this will be the best quarterback they face so far this year.
Now, people talk about power rankings. So, for example, Vegas says Arkansas 7, Auburn 13. That's power rankings. But really a power ranking is a sum of 3 different numbers. What's your offensive power ranking? What's your defensive power ranking? What's your special teams power ranking? You sum it up, and then you've got that aggregated power ranking. So really what you're saying is you're going a level deeper. And you're saying, yeah, I agree, Auburn's a little overrated and Arkansas is a little underrated, but you're saying, if anything, Arkansas is underrated on the offensive side, and you're saying Auburn is overrated on the defensive side. So if you think about the net result, is you can expect significantly more scoring. And that's a subtle point, is serious wise guys actually often have 2 or 3 numbers and then a sum number associated with the team. And if one of the teams or both of the teams is over or underrated on one side of the ball, the play might not end up being a side play. It might be a total play.
I agree with you, and it's exactly what I'm looking at. But I'm also going to say something else. I think there's a changing of the guard in the Southeastern Conference that for years a lot of people have considered this to be the best conference in college football. And when you think of Southeastern Conference football, you always thought about, the teams of Spurrier and Florida and all the, high scoring. But a lot of the other games were those powerhouse type football games, run the ball net. This is a different conference. This conference to me is looking more like the Pac-10, where it's offense first and defense second. And I don't think the lines maker is catching up and setting the numbers high enough to cover these games. And, and I'm taking a total where we're looking at 60, and I still think there's value there.
All right, give us your projection.
I have this game 38-34, either way, but that total 72.
38-34, who's winning?
This it could go. Team with the ball last wins this game.
So you have a projection without an actual winner.
They're going to go up
You
and
don't
down
know.
the
You
field.
just know there's a lot of points to be
There's
scored.
going to be a lot of point scoring here.
All right. I actually lean more towards Arkansas in this game. And there's one other stat that backs that up beyond the pure value play, which I love value plays. The underdog has won 10 and 13 ATS. And we talked about the Florida State-Miami game last week, where when you have these big rivalry games and when the underdog all week is hearing about that they're going to lose, there's an extra motivation. And not only has it been 10 of 13, but 4 straight. And you look what Florida State did last week. That was a beautiful pick we had. But I really do think the dog has a big advantage.
By the way, I think somebody said Miami was overrated and everybody else thought they were underrated.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just pointing that out.
Well, that's why you're here. It isn't that sure, let me tell
Okay.
you. All right. Now it's your turn to join the conversation in the comment section with me and Marco. And next up, we're going to be talking my Ohio State Buckeyes traveling to Wisconsin.